Ooh, that looks tasty. Welcome, folks. Today the Hungry Gamer is back with the results of my first ever end of the year game awards. And just as a reminder, the way I chose these games was based off of the entire year, well, up until November 15 or so, which is the cutoff that I had. And by then the games had to be in my hand and either be in the process of delivering right then and would be delivered by the end of the year, or had just very recently been delivering. And I make that qualification because there are a few games that a lot of people say, well, how come you didn't include this one? How come not this one? How come you didn't include this one? And the answer was because I haven't played it yet. Either I didn't have it yet, it was still on its way, or whatever that may be. So there are a few games that people were asking me about that are going to be included in next year's potential awards. They may or may not win anything, but they are being included next year. In addition to that, this is the most subjective of anything that I do, because I really base this on, out of all the games that I played, which ones were the games that I really wanted to get back to the most. And from there, I narrowed that down to a list of the 5 games I wanted to play the most, and I had the nomination video, which hopefully you've already seen. If not, you can check it out down in the description. Now, for perspective on just how many games I actually played this year, I have my stats, my handy-dandy BGG tracker here, and during this year, I played 450 different times. So that's a lot of games. Maybe I should get another job. And amongst that, I played about 160 different games. Now, a play, to me, what that means is it's a time that I sat down specifically to play a game. I may have played the game 3 times, 4 times, 1 time, whatever it may be. It might be a game that's longer, which took me 2 hours to play, or it might be something shorter where I wound up playing for 2 hours, but I played 6 times. So that's roughly the stats that we're looking at here. So I played a lot of games. There's a lot more games out there, but this is kind of where I landed. So as a reminder, I landed on my top 5 that I wanted to play the most were Altar Quest, Heroes of Tennefer, Court of Miracles, Guildmaster, and Kingdom Rush. Those were the 5 games I settled on. And so, without further ado, I'm going to go through from 5 up to 1. The nominees already have their amazing seal, boom, that they can do whatever they want with, hopefully get it tattooed on the small of their backs. And the winner, whoever finishes number 1, is going to get this amazing seal, boom, which they can get tattooed right next to the other one on the small of their back, whatever makes them happy. Now, the last thing I'll say, I'll feel like I'm talking to my students when I used to direct student middle school plays. Everybody is a winner here, because I already told you how many games I played, and these were the 5 I wanted to play most, so I went back. I played all of the games again, multiple times. I went back and looked at my reviews. What were my quibbles? What did I like? And again, most importantly, out of these games, which ones was I dying to play the most after replaying all of them? So, without any further ado, let's jump in. At number 5, the number 5 for me, game of the year is Altar Quest. I really like this game. I'm really excited to jump back in and do the other story mode with some new characters. I need to finish painting some more. The encounter system's great fun. The modular deck system's great fun. The dice rolling is good fun. The character variety is good fun. It's a very fun game. Also, this is the smallest expansion box just because I wanted to be able to pick it up. So, Altar Quest, number 5. Number 4, kind of continuing the fantasy theme, is Heroes of Tennefer. And this is not the Second Curse box. I actually don't have that box anymore, but including the expansion. Again, this is another dungeon crawl type game, except it's all done with cards. It plays in under an hour. It's a push your luck, card drawing, deck building experience. Again, great character variety, fun, challenging experience. It has that kind of adventurous, building up for the final fight feel that I really enjoy in games. So Heroes of Tennefer, Second Curse is my number 4. Just a great, great game. Now we get into the hardest part of the list. I mean, the whole thing was hard. But these other 3 games had, to me, such a little amount of daylight in between them. And it was so hard for me to decide where they lined up in that top 3. And so the one that finished number 3, without question, is such a good game. And I'm really looking forward to getting more content. And I'm super looking forward to playing this one with my wife. She's out of town until mid-January or so, and so when she gets back, I cannot wait to play this one with her because I think she's going to love it. But my number 3 is Kingdom Rush. And let me tell you guys, this game is so much fun. The characters, I love the characters. I painted the whole thing. I painted the whole thing. I'm not a good painter, but let me tell you, I just wanted all of it done, and it makes me happy. It's an incredibly challenging puzzle as you go through. There's just so much to like about that game, and I am extra super doubly excited to get the expansion material when it's available to non-backers like me when it comes out. So really, and in fact, it's set up on my table right now because I have it set up to do another big boss fight that I want to go back and do it again. It's that much fun. And let me tell you, it was so hard for me to put that one number 3. It was really hard. And that's because my last 2 games here, Guildmaster and Court of Miracles, are so good. And what really amazes me the most about both of these 2 games being my 1 and 2 is I did not expect at all to like either one of these games nearly as much as I do. What an awkward camera shot that is. But man, they're just wonderful. I also did not expect for 2 competitive games to be at the top of my list because for the most part, I prefer cooperative games, I think. And while the other 3 games on the list, I knew I was going to at least like when they showed up because I'd done a lot of research, and 2 of the cases I had backed them on Kickstarter, and in the case of Kingdom Rush, I didn't back it on Kickstarter, but when I found out about it, I was watching it closely and I was waiting for it to show up in retail, and then I got a chance to do a review of it and I jumped at it. So I knew I would like those. This one here, I didn't have any expectations at all. I thought it looked kind of cool, I thought it was interesting, and I thought it would be fine. And the same thing here with Guildmaster. I liked the way it looked, but I thought it would be fine. And a game to where I could say, hey, if you like this, then this is a game for you with both of these. But they just both blew my mind. And the challenge that I've had here in separating these 2 is that I can't find any daylight between them. I look at them both and I think, oh, well, I can play so many games of Court of Miracles. It's so much faster. And there's a solo AI. But then I made the AI. So is that just me being egotistical, thinking, well, I made the game better? Or is it that I like the game so much I was compelled to make that AI? And that's why I did that, because I like it so much. But then again, at the same time, if I was intelligent enough, I would make an AI for Guildmaster, but I just don't know how to do it because it has elements in the mechanics in the game that I just don't know how to simulate with dice or cards or something. And so that was kind of a wash for me. Court of Miracles plays much faster. It's easier to teach people how to play. But then again, Guildmaster is a little harder to teach. It takes longer, but there is more depth to it because it is a more complicated game. And so at the end of the day, and so you can hear, you're probably already bored of listening to me wax not poetical about this. I'm really struggling to decide which one I like more. And I have played these 2 games so many times over the past 2 weeks trying to find something I don't like. That's what I said. I was like, okay, what can I find more things I don't like about? And the answer is, I can't. And so I'm going to do something that I can do because I am the only person making this decision. There is nobody else here I have to please. And I'm hoping this is not going to be a yearly thing. But for the first annual Hungry Gamer Game of the Year, the winner is both. That's it. I did it. It is a tie. I could not come up with a way to differentiate. And you know what? Life is too short for me to sit there and agonize over. In fact, life is too short for you to listen to this whole video probably. But there it is. It is a tie. I have a 1A and a 1A. And then very closely behind we have 3 other games. And so both Court of Miracles and Guildmaster will receive this amazing seal. Boom! Check out how it looks over here. Boom! I say check out both, but that's not how iMovie works. Can't do it on both sides. So there you have it, folks. I think these games are great. They're probably not for everybody, but boy, let me tell you, I love these 2 games. They are not going to leave my shelf. If I ever go to a convention and the designers are there, I'm taking it with me and I'm getting them signed because I am 1, a dork, and 2, totally in love with these 2 games. And I think you should be as well. If you like competitive games at all, you can check out my reviews of those 2 games. There's so much going on with them. In fact, you know what? If you get in touch with me, I will play both of them with you on Tabletopia. It's there. It's easy to play. They're great. So this has been a fantastic year of playing games for me. It's been a hard year otherwise, but playing games has been a lot of fun. I've gotten a lot done. I've met some great people digitally and played a lot of great games. So there you have it, folks. That is the Hungry Gamer Game of the Year award announcement. Perhaps unsatisfying because I couldn't make a decision, but that's how it goes. So as always, I'd love to hear all of your comments, all of your rancor and rage at my not making a real decision. Put it down there in the comments and I will respond as remorsefully as I possibly can. So there you have it, folks. Thank you so much for watching this year. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.